Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Chess and welcome back to One Year 365. This is the podcast that I make and this will run for 365 days. Now, at the time I'm recording this, I think uh, I'm about 200 episodes in, and I'm not sure which episode this will be because I haven't made the schedule for this one just yet. Because I kind of want to make other videos as well, just in between this or just interchangeable with another mini series that I want to cover as well. But that's pretty much it, though. So yeah, I guess we can just start. This is part three, and we will talk about Santa Claus. Previously, in the part 1, we talked about the Christmas tree, and then in the second part, we talk about the song, about the 12 days of Christmas song. And today we'll talk about Santa Claus. The reason why, well, it's kind of obvious because it's Christmas. I kind of want to know about the Santa Claus lore, pretty much. Yeah, I guess I kind of, I guess I will mention this again. So in my country, the majority of people don't actually celebrate Christmas. Therefore, therefore we don't really know about Santa Claus pretty much, and we never know about the origin or the background of Santa Claus and why does he come into houses using not using but more like through the chimneys? uh, why didn't they just enter the front door or something like that? But all right, also again, like if you think about it, if that's like in current era, that can be considered as trespassing, I would say, and that could be a crime. Just entering someone else's house through the chimney. I think that's not a great thing to do, pretty much. But yeah, there's that. Again, I'm not sure about how or why, so that's pretty much what I want to learn over here as well. Also, I think I've seen, yeah, there's a picture there that's a little bit uncomfortable, I would say. Yeah, I'm sorry, but we'll probably talk about that as well. But all right. Anyway, let's just start, I guess. Also, I kind of want this to be like actually 20 minutes. So I will actually limit myself to 15 minutes probably for the next 15 minutes, and then I will, close with things pretty much. But yeah. Okay, how long is this page? That's a long page actually. A lot of what is it? A lot of chapters, but all right. Anyway, let's just start. Santa Claus, as known as Father Christmas, Saint Nicholas, Saint Nick, and Kris Kringle, or simply Santa, is a legendary character originating in Western Christian culture, who is said to bring children gifts during the late evening and overnight hours on Christmas Eve, of toys and candy or coal or nothing, depending on whether they are naughty or nice. Ah, I see. Yeah, I kind of know about that, but all right. He supposedly accomplishes this with the aid of Christmas elves who make the toys in his workshop, often said to be at the North Pole, and flying reindeer who pull his sleigh through the air. Also, we talk about North Pole as well in the winter season. I think we talk about the polar night. Um, it's pretty much not polar night. I think it's polar night, a place at the polar in the North Pole or South Pole in which there's no light at all for a long time, pretty much. And yeah, it's kind of scary there in the what is it like in the in the North and South Pole. It's a little bit it's a little bit scary, I would say. But alright, there's this picture of Santa Claus portrayed by Jonathan Meath in 2010. Okay, uh, it's a little bit uncomfortable, I would say. I'm not sure why I feel uncomfortable. I cannot really explain why or how, but this picture just doesn't like it's a bit it creeps me a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, the modern character of Santa is based on folklore tradition surrounding Saint Nicholas, the English figure of Father Christmas, and the Dutch figure of Sinterklaas. Okay. Santa is generally depicted as a portly, jolly, white-bearded man, often with spectacles, wearing a red coat with white fur collar and cuffs, white fur cuffed red trousers, red hat with white fur, and black leather belt and boots, carrying a bag full of gifts for children. He is commonly portrayed as laughing in a way that sounds like ho ho ho. This image became popular in the United States and Canada in the 19th century due to significant influence of the 1823 poem A Visit from Saint Nicholas. Ah, I see. Caricaturist and also played a role in the creation of Santa's image. The image has been maintained and reinforced through song, radio, television, children's book, family Christmas traditions, films, and advertising. I see. Predecessor figures. Okay. Oh, what is it? Depiction of Saint Nicholas from. Oh, this is the original. Of how it's supposed to look. Ah, I see. So this was from um Saint Catherine's Monastery or in Sinai. Okay, I don't know where that is. Um, was a 4th century Greek Christian bishop of Myra, now Demre, in the region of Lycia in the Roman Empire, today in Turkey. Nicholas was known for his generous gifts to the poor, in particular presenting the three impoverished daughters of a pious Christian with dowries so that they would not have to become okay. All right. He was very religious from an early age and devoted his life entirely to Christianity. In continental Europe, he is usually portrayed as a bearded bishop in canonical robes. I see. I was kind of surprised about this word over here, but all right. Glad I didn't mention that because that might get me in trouble. But all right. While the Greek Christian inhabitants of Myra were subjugated by the newly arrived Muslim, and soon after their Greek Orthodox Church had been declared to be in schism by the Catholic Church. Okay. Okay. So this is just the story about what something about the Sinterklaas probably about the Saint Nicholas. Oh, okay. Here we go. Saint Nicholas vandalized sarcophagus can still be seen in the Saint Nicholas Church in Myra. This tradition was confirmed into important scientific investigations of the relics in Bari and Venice, which revealed that the relics in the two Italian cities belong to the same skeleton. Saint Nicholas was later claimed as a patron saint of many diverse groups, from archers, sailors, and children to pawnbrokers. He is also the patron saint of both Amsterdam and Moscow. Ah, okay. During the Middle Ages, children were bestowed gifts in his honor. This date was earlier than the original Day of Gifts for Children, which moved in the course of the Reformation and its opposition in many countries on 24th and 25th of December. The custom of gifting to children at Christmas has been propagated by Martin Luther as an alternative to the previous very popular gift custom on Saint Nicholas to focus the interest of the children to Christ instead of the veneration of saints. Martin Luther first suggested the Christkind as the bringer of gifts, but Nicholas remained popular as gifts bearer for the people. Ah, okay. I see. Father Christmas. Yeah, this is another depiction, I guess. From where I'm not sure, but yeah, by John Leech. Okay, and then Father Christmas dates back as far as 16th century in England during the reign of Henry the Eighth. Okay, when he was pictured as a large man in green instead of red, apparently, or scarlet robes lined with fur. Oh, so it's this one. Yeah, this one, the green one, not the red one. I see. Um, but why green though? He typified the spirit of good cheer at Christmas, bringing peace, joy, good food, and wine and revelry. Okay. As England no longer kept the feast day of Saint Nicholas on 6th December, celebration was moved to 25th of December to coincide with Christmas Day. Ah, I see. Um, his physical appearance was variable. One image being John Leech's illustration. Oh, that one's the picture. As a great genial man in green coat lined with fur who takes Scrooge through the bustling streets of London on the current Christmas morning, sprinkling the essence of Christmas onto the happy populace. Ah, okay. And then in the Dutch, Belgian, and Swiss folklore as well, they're in red. Okay. And then in Germanic paganism, Wooden, and Christianization. Okay. There's that. And then history. Let's see. Origins. I think we already covered about this as well, about the Saint Nicholas. Yeah, the Saint Nicholas, pretty much about a man who gave poor people various gifts, pretty much. Not only children, but poor. It only said poor, I believe. So it can be adult as well. Pretty much everyone in need. Not also probably not everyone, but just people in need in general, I think. But yeah, and then that probably got into like a from mouth to mouth, and then it becomes a lore about a man who did those things, right? Did those good deeds, and like, and then maybe people make this into story as well, and to tell to their kids, like, if you do good, despite of you having nothing, then you might as well, like, someone might as well give you something, as long as you did good. And then maybe from there it got transliterated into, for the kids, if you do good thing, if you're, like a good kid, then you will get the reward, the gifts. But if you're a naughty kid, then you will not get any gifts. It's for your punishment, pretty much. So yeah, I think maybe that's how it evolves into now. Maybe, but I'm sure that again, at the first, anything is just by mouth to mouth. Like, there is no technology just yet at the time. I don't think, like, even radio. Is there any radio during that time? Maybe there is, but uh again, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's that. uh, um, I'm sorry, I yawned. I haven't eaten anything. As you can see, the time is 2:44. It's almost 3 p.m. in the afternoon, but I haven't eaten anything, like, at for lunch. So I'm a little bit tired, honestly, and don't really have anything at the moment. Maybe I will eat something after this, but I don't know. But yeah, maybe after I finish this series, maybe I will eat first and then record more videos. But just maybe. But yeah. Anyway, as the years pass, evolve into a large, heavy-set person. Okay, but why the chimney though? Why entering people's house through chimney? That's the question. Let's see if there is any answer there. 20th century. Okay, let's see if there is anything from for the 21st century actually. Or current nowadays, pretty much. Okay, there is none. In popular culture, here we go. Um, Okay, that image is very unsettling, very discomforting. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this probably. See if there is a reason as to why does Santa Claus enter houses through chimney and instead of the door. Well, I kind of know already, maybe, but I think it's for sneaking, just so that the children, doesn't wake up. But that's just pretty much it, I believe. But yeah. Also, okay, so here's an interesting thing as well, because it's obviously not real, right? It's just a story, like as we know, just as we learned just then, that it's pretty much about a story about a man who gifted people, or people in need, pretty much, stuff. So obviously there's nothing like that anymore. Well, not that I mean that. I mean that the person is already long gone, because, well, unless they live for thousands of years, but you know, they might be gone, but their spirits here already, is still here pretty much. So maybe that's like one of the story that they want to, like, it's about the moral value of, like, about a story about a generous man, pretty much. So yeah, there's that. maybe just so that the parents can teach children to be a good kid, a good child, or to be a generous person in general, I would say as well, to help people in need. If you have, like enough stuff for yourself and you have some spare left, I guess it's always better to share with other people so that you don't, just to be selfless in general. That's always a great thing to teach to kids. So maybe that's why there's like stories like this, and yeah, that's pretty much it. uh Largest gathering of Santa Claus is held by Trisukara, India, where on 27 December 2014, 18,000, 1100, oh no, 18,112 Santas overtook the previous record. Okay, well, let's make another one, but 18,113 instead of 12, so that we can, like break another record pretty much. Um, 12,965 people dress up. Okay, so it's like this as well. It's kind of weird if you ask me. Like can we not just add another person? Just make our own event or thing, and make another number, and we just pretty much beat the previous one. And because it's people, right? You can gather as many people as you can, pretty much, and yeah, you can. I don't know, like maybe I don't know, like let's see, where's the biggest place that are open, and big place that can actually hold, accommodate 18,000 people. Let's see. I don't know, like maybe like a football stadium. I don't know, like maybe like like a football arena, pretty much. That's a big area. Maybe it can work. I'm not sure, but all right. Yeah. 23rd of December 2019. Okay, that's probably like the newest one. Wrestler Bear Bronson dressed up as Santa Claus to win the WWE 24/7 Championship from Akira Tozawa at Columbus Circle in New York during a sightseeing trip. Later lost the championship to R-Truth via a roll-up at the Lincoln Center. So it's wrestling. What is it? WWE. What is the other W though? Wrestling something E something. I don't know. Like other forms of popular culture, Santa Claus also appears in a few video games. Not few, honestly. There's a lot of them. There's tons of them nowadays. Like indie game developers, they just include Santa Claus anywhere pretty much. And not only that, there's also like movies as well. You forgot to mention that, but yeah, traditions and rituals. Chimneys. Okay, here we go. Why chimneys? That's the main question. Uh, to enter dwellings through the chimney is shared by many European seasonal gift givers. Um, through chimneys and fire holes on the solstice. Perpetually covered with soot from her trips down the chimneys of children's homes. Okay, so let's skip and see. The hearth was held sacred in primitive belief as a source of beneficence. And popular belief had elves and fairies bringing gifts to the house through this portal. Oh. Santa's entrance into homes on via chimney was made part of American tradition through the poem A Visit from Saint Nicholas, where the author described him as an elf. Oh, I see. Okay, so the reason why, okay, there's also another one over here. The saint tossed coins through a window, and in later version of the tale, down the chimney when he finds the window locked. Ah, okay, I see. So pretty much, okay, so okay, there are two reasons here, pretty much. The first one from this story over here, the window one. So, the Santa Claus, the Saint Nicholas, they try to enter through the window. However, the window is locked. Well, I think that's a good move from the homeowner. Well, obviously, like to prevent stuff, trespassing to happen. Um, it's a great job, honestly, to to lock your window every night. I mean, guarantee that, not to lock that at night. I mean, you lock that at the evening, pretty much, and yeah, when there's still light, and then you know, at night you just make sure that it's locked, right? And then they try to find another way in, which happened to be the chimney. All right, I guess that makes sense. And then the second one is simply because um, it is written there in the poem. So like yeah, it's there in the passage or in the book or whatever it is in the poem. Um, Describe that as an elf that enters through chimney via chimney over here. So yeah, there's this poem pretty much. That's why people what is it like based the situation from that pretty much. All right. And then Christmas Eve, a man dressed as Santa Claus waves to children from an annual holiday train in Chicago. Chicago, Chicago, I think, yeah, 2012. Ah, okay. It's 10 years ago. Like, come on now. Again, I feel like, to have 2022 to be mentioned in Wikipedia, it feels like it will eventually be mentioned there, but when it's already the year 2030 pretty much, I think. But yeah, I feel like 2020, well, not 2022 obviously, because at the time I'm recording this it's only November, so it doesn't make any sense. But maybe like 2021, 2020 pretty much, when during the pandemic, like let's say about what happened with the Santa Claus, like stuff like that. I guess like maybe they deliver the gifts via like what is it like via post, like package. I would say it's kind of normal nowadays anyway. So yeah, maybe yeah, they can pretty much. I'm sure people already make parody of this about Santa Claus just use delivery service and to what is it to deliver gifts to people pretty much, so that they don't really have to visit every house one by one. So yeah. uh okay, yeah, when the children fell asleep, the parents put the gifts under the Christmas tree. I mean, that's obvious, like who else put that there if not your parents? So yeah. Ho ho is the way that many languages write out how Santa Claus laughs. A little bit creepy, honestly. Again, but yeah. Also, there's this. Yeah, I think that's it. Like the other thing is just mentioning about Christmas Eve, pretty much like Christmas event. But yeah, the Christmas issue of Noise Weather Bureau topics with Santa Claus tricking across a weather radar screen. Okay, I don't know what that means, but alright. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think there's not really any other thing that that want to be what's it like mentioned or discussed, I guess. But that's pretty much it. Okay, that is about 15 minutes, a little bit more than 15 minutes, but all right, I guess. But yeah, unfortunately that's all the time that I've got for this discussion. I hope you guys enjoy it. This has been 1 year 365 in Christmas holiday mini series. This is part 3 about Santa Claus. First part we talk about Christmas tree. Second part we talk about what is that? What is second? About the song of the 12 days of Christmas. And then in the third part, which is today, we talk about Santa Claus. And tomorrow we'll talk about something else. Well, not tomorrow, but more like in few days from now we'll talk about or either few or tomorrow, a few days from now or tomorrow. But yeah, um, yeah, we'll talk about and something else pretty much. But yeah, other than that, guys for watching, stay safe, healthy. I will see you again very soon, and see ya.